Thursday! Did I say that too soon? Hello everyone and welcome. It's Thursday and it's time for another live stream. Hope you're all excited. Well, I am. Can you tell? Isn't the stream supposed to start now? Ecto says, yes it is. You're right. It is. It's just about to start and it just did. Isn't that cool? Hello everyone and hello Mia PC. You got your usual little wave going on there. We've got Tanner, we've got Andreas Brillen, Arvid. And Arvid is saying not to worry. I think it's obvious that this price for lemonade is a real crime. What? Price for lemonade? How did you know? My daughter was actually just out on the street now selling lemonades. And not only that, I think I have to teach her a little bit about running businesses because they were going to create lemonade to sell on the street. So she took 3 bottles of like lemon juice and they cost probably about, I don't know, in euros, €5 or something in total. She put that all in a big thing, made some lemonade, and one of the whatever like poury things broke, and then they sold for €2 worth. So I think it was a bit of. I think we went back a little bit on that one. Anyway, hope everyone is doing good. I'm gonna have let everyone have a chance to join in. We've got 0 concurrent viewers, it says here, but I think that's a lie. I think it's a lie. So having some people joining in here. We've got Ola Grove Jetlund is here. Is this a chill week or is it just me? It is a chill week, I think. It's well, it's not really, because Line War is getting released next week on Thursday, the 5th of May. Finally, after 3 years of development, we're releasing it. But we're not going to stop to develop it, but we're releasing it. So we're really, really excited about that one. It's a big step. It says 48 viewers on your screen. I want to have your screen instead. It says 7 viewers on mine. At least it's not like my Facebook. You have 0 friends. Well, I'm not on Facebook, really. So let's give everyone another chance to join in. This week, we're going to do a bit of a mix. We did this about a month ago, and then it's the weekly modeling challenge now. So Arvid and Alex Rack2 are running this weekly modeling challenge in the Discord. So it's time for another review and pick out a winner for it in the emote, because we're nearly on to the next session where someone can win. So it's going to be fun to look through. I haven't had a chance to look at them, so it's going to be exciting. What about the sound volume? Let's check that out. Let's do a sound check. How about that? Can you hear the music okay? Sometimes I always get that wrong these days. It's good to do this every week. Jim Engström is here as well. Didn't miss an almost. That's nice. So Jim is my childhood friend. Been known him for a very long time. Ever since we used to ride bicycles, go out and take pictures of stuff, sail a sailboat. We could only do right turns in that sailboat. So every time we had to go left, we had to do like a 270-degree turn to go left, but we got there in the end. So, okay, music is fine, sounds good, very exciting. We got all the usual suspects, of course. I think we're going to have to settle for... So last week we did the Godot thing. That was quite fun. I haven't had a chance to play with it anymore, but I've let it settle a little bit, and I think it's a cool engine. I think I'll learn it for the sake of doing some tutorials for it, or I've also heard that creating simple platformers should be quite good for on that one. I think Arvid was it who told me. So I'm looking forward to maybe give it a little bit more of an effort, so when time allows it. But at the moment, we have to really focus on the Line War release now. It's absolutely insane. We're shutting down the demo today, so it's not going to be playable for a week. And then we're trying to get everything up to speed. And the server scaling is running, that's working. All the automation is up and running. Matchmaking, skill-based matchmaking, so things like that. And looking forward to that release. Okay, let's dive in, shall we? Like they do in Acapulco. Acapulco in Swedish is very different from Acapulco. That's going down a sled on the ski slope. So let's. I think that everyone's joined. 4 minutes into the stream, nothing has really happened apart from me just talking away. Okay, so Arvid, let me know if you need some support with Godot Imphenzia, or just ask in your Discord, of course. Yeah. So I will do. I'll get used to that workflow at some point, I'm pretty sure. We've got a lot of people joining it. Was the Godot engine cool? String Studio says. I think it's very... Okay, so I said this last week as well. Extremely lightweight. That's probably the absolute best thing with the whole engine. And when you get used to the workflow, I think it's very good for beginners as well. Julia Alder I know that's not how you say your name, because you corrected me, but I forgot how to say it. So, hello! Okay, I'm gonna switch to share my screen now. And familiar sight, it's been about a month since I had Blender open, hasn't it? Well, I did a little quick one for the Unreal Engine video, but I'm gonna dive in. And we're gonna do a bit of modeling, but first I'm gonna do a review, because you guys have been modeling a lot in your Discord community challenger. So we've got, I'm going to drag this in, which is a bit of a description here. Thanks a lot, Arvid, for doing this Git repo. I just synchronized it down to this PC because I didn't have it on this one. Worked a charm, so I'm excited about that. So let's see. Last time I did a video, we picked the winner for the game controller, and that was week 8. And I don't know what's happened. I'm going to zoom in and see what has happened here, because it felt like I did that about 3 weeks ago, but apparently it wasn't, because it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks. Oh yeah, that's why, because I did a video about this one. So it has only been 4 weeks since we did this one, Crates and Barrels, because I did model some stuff then, but I didn't submit it. But if I submit or not, that's not the key thing, because I can't win anyway. But I like to do the video. So today, favorite snack. I guess I'll have to model a favorite snack, a low poly, of course. Of course. All right, so I'm going to dive in again, like they do. And we're going to look at spaceships. So if anyone has followed the 10-minute modeling challenge when that was running, the first episode ever was a spaceship. That was how it all got started. And then I've done a few more since then. I did another one where I could only extrude and scale. That failed a little bit because I did 1G, I think, which is a grab or move. But it was pretty close. I nearly did everything with just E to extrude and S to scale. And then for the episode 100, I did the 100-minute spaceship. So, of course, spaceships are very close to my heart. So it's going to be exciting to have a look through these submissions. I don't really know how too many to expect. And since we picked a winner on game controller, correct me if I'm wrong, Arvid, but the way I figure it, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to pick a winner today for Crates and Barrels. So again, put it in the chat. Oh, we got Draco Socard is here. That's been a long time. Missing you, fella. Nice to see you here. Hope you're all doing good. What about the video? Okay, let's see. I'm going to try. If you want to ask me questions, try to do @Imphenzia in the chat. It lights up in orange. I might even get a chance to see what it says and answer that question. So I'm always excited to answer any type of questions. Ooh, spaceships have the most submissions, so I guess I'll have to up the pace a little bit, otherwise we'll be here for hours. But it's Thursday. I hope you don't have anything planned. So let's go. Yeah, well, I'm glad you're here, Draco, and glad everyone is here, of course. And sorry if I don't mention everyone by name. I'm still fighting the urge to go to the optician to get myself a pair of glasses, but I'm so close. I know I've been saying that for about 2 years now. But I'm like guessing half the stuff. I see something orange here. Someone's asking. All right, so we got State Design 1. Imphenzia, train station or train set in 3D. Well, if I'm going to model something today, I'm going to have to stick to the theme, of course. And as we said, with favorite snack was the theme, and I doubt I'd be able to eat a train station or train set, but maybe one day. We got Unknown 3D. Hey man, what will you model today? Well, it's gonna be a favorite snack, so I don't know what my favorite snack is yet. I'll have to think about that. I know what my favorite drink is. It's Påskmust and Julmust, and they just stopped selling that, which was ridiculous. I really want to eat that. Eat it, drink it. So we got Mia PC. Imphenzia, this stream is the plan. Good. Good. Thursdays. I'm glad you sorted out your priorities here. And that's it. Let's go for it. We had a repeat question there from Arnold. So let's go. Let's have a look at the spaceships. Why is it suspenseful music on? I'm stressing myself out. Let's change it. Well, French fries. So when will Godot engine be? Fell in love with that software. Cool, nice. So I'm gonna miss most of the stuff that doesn't have @Imphenzia. So because I'm gonna assume that you're chatting amongst each other yourself. Don't want to butt in on those. So let's get this view up. So I don't know who's modeled unless you put that in your name, but I'm gonna go. Ooh, there's quite a few submissions. We've got 23 spaceships. Let's begin the review process. Don't take offense if I don't say anything nice. I'm gonna be a critic here now. So my mission here is to, of course, encourage. So I have to be quite kind. But I'm also gonna, maybe if I find something that could suggest, that could help, maybe I'll do that. But of course, everyone who's just doing this stuff and submitting it, that's a very good thing. I have to resize this. All right, we've got the first submission here, untitled, and cool geometry. I don't know if this was created with geometry nodes and planets. I do lava planets and stuff. And this is a very abstract model of a spaceship. So it's futuristic. We don't really know what those look like. Interesting shapes. Not so I like symmetry. Well, it is symmetrical a little bit as well, but yeah, I like the vibes, but maybe not what you call it, a conker with spikes. It reminds me a little bit more, or a fireball. But still cool. All right, here low poly, of course. Oh, with a planet this time. Low poly, we've got some extrusion here. A little tip here could be to when I started, I extruded everything from the same model, and that's good sometimes. But don't be afraid to Shift D to duplicate the face, and then start somewhere where you can shrink the whole face and start like inside and fold it out. So that could be good. But overall, this could be really good if you're gonna have a little simple game, maybe to have on a mobile phone or something. Shoot them up. I like the fact that it's got a bit of a planet. Extremely low poly. Well, I like that. So. Here, sorry if I'm rushing through these. We've got another one, Spaceship Challenge here. Oh, this looks like a Viking ship or something, but with rowing oars and a massive, what you call it, satellite dish. And this is some sort of a coil here for, it looks like glass, so I was thinking first if it was something where you could like living quarters or something, but I think when I model I usually just put random stuff, so I'm assuming this is something similar. 2 engine there. Could have been cool with a flame maybe to see, but maybe it's just floating around in space, drifting. So still good. I think you used that noise stuff to create a bit of a background. Maybe I would have preferred it to be a little bit darker around it as well to make this pop, but still cool. I like the front here, it's pretty cool. Let's go for the next one. And I think I've zoomed it, so I don't know. All right, Nuka-Cola. Okay. Well, interesting concept. Very cool with the glass shade. I haven't rendered much at all, so I hardly even know these things, how to get the refractions and stuff going. I am showing this, right? Yeah, good. I tend to, if you follow my streams, half the time I don't even know what screen I'm sharing. Sometimes it's my face and I try to show you something. A checkered board reminds me of one of the first 3D models I ever made was a checkered floor. Like I don't know why that was. It was so simple to make, I guess, the checkers and. But that's not what I'm reviewing here. I'm reviewing this. This is a rocket-propelled Nuka-Cola. So I don't know what level I should go into the details. I like the lighting effects. The glass is really, really good, I think, and the label and everything. Quite interesting design with these metal springs here. I like it. Nice job. Here we got a spaceship that's doing some deep stellar travel, I think. We've got a lot of solar panels, and let's see, we've got very dark here on this side, so it's difficult to see, but it adds to the suspense. Not much, I guess this is a cockpit. It reminds me of the Millennium Falcon cockpit a little bit. Some stars in the background. So nice spacey themed spaceship there. Here we got another one with a planet, and let's zoom in on this so we can see. Am I sharing the correct part of the screen too? Yeah. So here we go, a bit of an interesting design. We've got 3 panels. I like stuff when it's symmetrical. Finding a little bit difficult to see how this is a massive engine, I'm supposing. And it's like some sort of a long distance rocket. What would this be? It looks like one of those things that you press to make the elevator go up and down. I don't think that's what it is. Unless you press those and it sends it forward. No, of course I know where it is. It's side thrusters to go those little steering things, of course. So you can like rotate it in any 6 degrees of freedom type thing. Cool. I like the center of this one here. I like this the light, the emission here, and all these little rivets. So that's cool. And a gas planet. Let's go for the next one. So I'm not going to pick a winner for this one because the winner is going to be for, but I guess I could pick some sort of a favorite or something. Okay, my left and right have stopped working again. I think it's because I'm zoomed. Zoom out. There we go. Ooh, okay. This one is so far my favorite in terms of detail and the way the shading is. A bit of a HTR material feel to it, or PBR, physically based. So I like the shape of it. I like these engines here, and flux capacitor style. Well, this is so far just the fact that it looks like a flux capacitor here. That's a given. And even though I love symmetry, I mean, I'm Mr. Symmetrical, if there is such a thing, and it feels very strange to me that it wouldn't be the same on both sides, but I can live with it. I think I can. Very cool ship. I like it. I like it a lot. So very good job on this one, whoever made it. Imphenzia WMC Starfighter. Don't know who made it, but I like it. So if you don't know what a flux capacitor is, you have to research a little bit here. You have to boot up Google and search for flux capacitor, and then you're in for a treat. If you haven't watched the best trilogy in the world, well, then you have to watch it. And I'm not going to say which one it is, but that's a good one. All right, let's have a look. This one's Wrecked. Ooh, okay. Is Wrecked in the chat today? I've seen him in the Discord every now and then, so nice. Expanse is very good too. Let's see, I missed something. Oh, we got Ben as well. He said, at Imphenzia, I don't want to sound like a hater, but I don't get the point of Godot. Okay. What problem does it solve that Unreal and Unity? Well, one thing for a change is that, just to do a brief digression thing, it's that Godot makes games that are super small and lightweight, and the whole game engine is lightweight, so it's like fractionally, you know, like a Unity project is a gigabyte just there alone. So if you want something lightweight and just get started making some simple games, it's good. Right. He's at work. He has to calm down. I know he's been working a lot and hard lately, so good job, Wrecked. I love it. Let's go for the next one. Okay, this one's very interesting too. And okay, I like I'm more of a hard surf. Well, this is hard surface, but I'm more of a flat face shader type of guy. So symmetry and flat shading, but I like this one. I like the roundness to it as well. I like the emission and these cannons. So, and the color scheme is very interesting. Yellow, orange, fading to cyan and magenta. Very nice shapes. This one I think would look really good as well in a top-down shooter or something, if you have a little bit of movement and some light cone reflecting off it. I think it could do really nice. Good job. All right, here we go. Here is, let's see, this is, would it be the front or the back? I'm assuming this is the back and that this would, oh no, probably not. Okay, so here's, when I see this one, I go, either this is the rear and these are two engine outlets, but I think most renders would have the spaceship facing you, so I'm assuming that the cockpit is here and these are intakes that you don't really need in space, but I always make them too, because intakes are cool. And that this would be the tail facing here. So, interesting shape. It looks like it's been subdivided, and again, I'm a little bit allergic to subdividing stuff for the sake of subdividing. I prefer the sharper shapes. That's just a personal preference. The edges are a little bit cool because it's like a bit of a Tron feeling to this one. So cool. But everyone who's just participated, let's throw this one in here now. Of course, just participating in making ships. That's the goal here. So it's just a practice and creating some cool stuff, I think. And if you've seen half of my stuff, I should critique my own stuff terribly sometimes. Because I have a lot to learn myself. So, a TIE Fighter. Very cool. Of course, an iconic ship. And it just looks like a TIE Fighter. It was instantly recognizable. I like the flat shading, of course. Makes it feel old school. And yeah, I like it. I'm going to try to keep a decent pace because I'm going to do some modeling as well. So, good job on the TIE Fighter. Low poly TIE Fighter. Just the name of it, even. All right, interesting shape as well. We've got some sort of a hydroplaning type of thing down here, or an anchor. Maybe it's an antenna. Emission is cool, and the shapes are interesting. I think this one could, the actual geometry of the ship, I think, is very cool. It's very different. I think taking this one and building on it a little bit further would be awesome. I think so going from the low poly, making this into nearly like a big battleship, because when I saw the shape of it, so the triangular shape, of course, like a Star Destroyer, is very, very iconic and cool as well. And it's quite difficult to come up with interesting shape that do well I think, on larger ships. And I think this could be an excellent design. I really like the shape of it, so good job. Here we go. We've got a massive emission here going with some rendering and quite a basic ship. We've got the rear engines here, and I think, is this a cockpit? I think he might have to have some sunglasses on if this is the light coming from the inside the cockpit. But then again, of course, it could be that it's pitch black on the outside, so the exposure of the camera makes it look super bright. So like when you're looking at a high-rise block, of course, then it looks like it's super bright in the windows, but it's not necessarily so. But still, good effort to get started with Spaceships. Keep working on it. It looks a little bit blurry, so it looks like it's motion blur, or maybe it's the render settings. But it does look a bit like motion blur, not sure. And bloom, of course, so that's nice. Okay, I love the Tintin rocket. And so I like this. Oh, I kicked the camera a little bit there. Hopefully it's still not blocking off. So this one, ever since I can't even remember what about Tintin Goes to Moon. I think they translated those, but I had that laying around in my house when I grew up in the 80s. And this rocket, I absolutely love the shape of it and the design. And we've got cavity on the viewport. I actually do this quite a lot myself. I take a screenshot from the viewport. It feels like a bit of a blueprint look nearly. I was surprised that there was no line to separate this. I don't know if it did blend down like this. I would have liked, for some reason, my brain wants to have a little line here to separate the top. But very good job on the shape of it. It looks just like it did. I think the V2 rocket, I went on a guided tour, but it wasn't guided, so it was just a tour. It wasn't even a tour. I went to a museum in northern Germany by, what was it called? Not, I forget that as well. It's by the Polish border anyway. They had some V2 rockets, and I think there was some connection between that shape and this one. And if you've played Line War, then the rocket is... I actually had this one in mind when I designed the rocket. Let's bring that one up, actually. Because just so you can see the resemblance. It's not the same. It doesn't have the same fins and stuff. Nor does it have the same Swedes. How about that? But I just wanted to... show... Was it on the desktop? I just converted some images today, actually, for it. Let's go Line War pictures. Have I got the rocket here somewhere? Here it is. It's in the background on this picture, so it's a bit difficult to see. But I like that shape, of course, rocket shape. I just made the side fins there a little bit smaller. Let's continue. Very good job. I like this one a lot. Tintin. Oh, and then we've got a space shuttle, another favorite of mine. And I did one of these for my 10-minute mulling challenges as well. I can't remember what episode it was. I like the red... main what you call it, I'm losing all my words. My friend Lenny, who's been watching me, said I'm disappointed to hear your English is getting worse. I think I excused myself saying that it's a live stream and I don't even know what I'm going to say, whereas when I record videos I tend to be able to edit them a little bit more. So thanks, Lenny, for boosting my confidence. My English is now terrible. But anyway, I like this one a lot. I could have done with some windows, maybe, just like a little front window at least. But still, very good job on all of the shapes. And this is an important thing, that these thrusters or nozzles or whatever you call it, they're actually facing in that direction. I thought it was a little bit odd first time I saw it. I thought, why are they pointing up? But they did. They do. So, awesome job on the space shuttle. I missed that one, even though more modern and good things is coming. But it's quite epic to see one of these. Like everything else that shoots up is rockets. Those are cool, of course. But who came up with the idea to attach something like this and send that into space? Super cool. Good job, by the way. So we've got the cavity shading in the viewport here. So thumbs up on this one. Very good effort. Okay, I like this one a lot. Recharging. Someone's put... I'm not much of a Star Trek fan. Sorry if I'm disappointing anyone. So I don't even know what the spaceship is called. Starship Enterprise? No, I don't know. But it's from... I'm Star Trek anyway. Okay, put in the... I have to say it correctly. So, guys, what's it called? This spaceship, of course. The Enterprise. Okay, so at least I got it sort of right. But the idea of sticking it into a UK power plug socket is hilarious, I thought. So in Sweden we have the European, just like the two-prong thing, that my daughters pushed two nails, so metal nails, into the tamper-proof things, and then she Luckily enough, we had surge protectors, so that went off and blacked out the whole house, and taught me a big lesson as well. Always make sure you don't even look away for a second and don't have nails laying around, I guess. So the Enterprise, nice job, I like it. So we've got cavity, we've got low poly, and a bit of a star background. So 30 more minutes and she's all yours, Captain. So it's charging, that's good. Simon L just joined. This is the challenge. Yeah, I'm going through the entries here. We've got Draco as well. Imphenzia, what not? A Star Trek fan. I'm unsubscribing and cancelling my Patreon. Lol. Well, I am a Star Wars fan, and I always felt like you could not be both. Could you be a hardcore Star Wars fan and a Star Trek fan? Some of you are going to say that, but it's like saying that you like Windows and Linux the same amount. So tell me. Technically, USS Enterprise NCC 1701. Cool. You're both, swinging both ways in terms of star signs, of course. Okay, so Jen can also be, but maybe it's just me then. So everyone's a fan of both, then I guess it's just me that's weird. Let's see. Okay. Let's go. Let's continue. So we've got the TB3 here, and this is cool. I like the very cool planet. It's got a bit of a motion picture type of feel, the way it's been rendered, like a depth of field and some motion stuff here. I like the logos, well. And this material seems to have gone a lot of work into this. Looks like proper metal, again, physically based type of shadings with the reflections and some specular reflection and some wear and metal. I like this, very good job on it. I like it feels very metally. And number 3 is oddly enough my favorite number for some weird reason. Bird, is that Thunderbird? This one is this also from like a classic sci-fi program or something? I don't know. It's a very good model. Babylon 5, okay, cool. Oh, someone likes that, of course. So, Jim Engström, I love Star Wars. Spock is my favorite Jedi. I'm glad you're speaking my terms, Jim. I'm just about as clued up now these days. I'm like mixing everything up. Thunderbird. Battlestar Galactica, yeah. It's funny, I'm so lost when it comes to stuff sometimes. All right, let's go for it. Here's another one. We've got the Subdivision going, and a lot of emission coming off from this one. And let's see, trying to make out what's going on here. This is the front, of course, because we've got the nozzle thing. We've got wings, and here's some cockpit stuff as well. A little bit difficult to see. Maybe it's the angle and the lighting, but it seems like you're on a good start to creating a spaceship there. So, well done. This one also steps it up a little bit when it comes to the panel work, and the weaponry is really cool on this one. Really like this one a lot. So these weapons look super sci-fi, especially this one. I absolutely dig big time. This one is also cool. I always like. I'm a little bit allergic to roundness, round shapes. I always like these type of pointy things. So I like the whole ship shape is very cool as well, and I like the bend of this front here and these like high-tech antennas coming out here, like a lot, and this shape. So again, to get the shape of the spaceship I think is very important. And again, something like this and developing it further with more detail would probably work very good. Very cool shape, like it a lot. Good job on the modeling. All right, okay, so. Since I did mention Star Wars, we've got the Millennium Falcon, of course. Cool job. I've never actually tried to model this one. So I don't know, did you go off whoever made this one? I don't know. It says unknown, even the render. So did you go off just looking at it, or did you have a blueprint thing when you modeled it? Regardless, very good job. A lot of cool details went into it, and it looks like instant recognition there, so good job. I'll have to step up the pace a little bit, I think. Whoa, interesting cube here. I like it. So I guess it's a spaceship. It's instead of the Death Star, it's like the Death Cube. And I like this a lot. Is this, I wonder if it's geometry nodes, or is it modularized. I'm guessing it's geometry nodes. Very cool. I absolutely love all the details that come, and the twist of having these emissive windows as well. Very, very good, and everything looks very high tech, high sci-fi. I like it a lot. Cool, great job. Oh, many views here. This one, Carrier Y4.2. That's a lot to take in here. Let's have a look. I'll zoom in on them individually here. I like the colors are a bit unorthodox, but very cool. Bit of a so we've got the blues and the yellows, just like the Swedish or the nowadays Ukrainian flag. It's always been that color, I guess. So I like the orange twist on it. Orange twist. That feels like I've said something. Also, very good job on the interior. This is blowing my mind a little bit, to be honest. So extremely good job with all the interior. We've got like a mix of a dining area. We've got some crates. That's great. And then windows and some cool high-tech machinery up here. We've got the glass panels. Is that some warheads, I'm supposing? And some ship stuff. Very, very, very good job. Oh, here's another view as well. Got barrels. Very good. I like I was gonna say that I would have liked to have more shading in it, like as darker areas, but that's actually what I do like about it. So it nearly feels like it's in a sci-fi magazine or something. Very cool with the different spaceships. Absolutely fantastic job on this one. So it's very just the colors, the shapes, the level of detail. That's another thing. It's very important when you model something like this. Trying to get the level of detail about the same amount everywhere, so you don't get a certain area which is super detailed. This sort of works anyway, even if it's because it is the bigger panels. But overall, it feels very, very complete and finished. Good job. I love all the different views here as well, and this outside view, seeing through the windows here. Excellent job on this carrier. Very difficult to fault anything. I'll learn from it. Nice. Let's see. So at Imphenzia, if you want to send any questions. Here we go. This one, another very cool design on this one. Hits home a little bit as well, because I for some reason I always make my ships like this. I do a center body, 2 wings with some extrusions and scaling, some engines and weaponry. I think this one again would work pretty cool with a gradient. I probably wouldn't have tried that, but it does look very cool, and it goes well with the black. I've got the cavity shader. So I think in terms of having a game, again, maybe like a top-down thing or something would work really good. So these type of modeling things are, if anyone's watching, to subdivide a surface like this and then just marking them all, insetting them individually, and then extruding them maybe with Alt-S or something to make them pop up like this is a good way to get some pretty cool details. Looks a bit like chocolate too, or waffles. Nice job. Okay, we've got another one. We've got how am I going to go through? It's been half an hour already. I'm not even through the spaceships yet. Again, pick it up. Okay. Interesting design. It's like a mix between the bridge of a Star Destroyer. It's got the side thing of the Millennium Falcon, and it's got something else, which I don't even know. I like the different views. Maybe some more details on, instead of just having the squares, would have maybe one more loop cut to make it a little bit less vertical there. But I do like it. I like this little dome here as well. I'm guessing that's where they get some recreation stuff. Cool with the planet as well. Let's go. Keep going if I can press the right keys here. Oh, that was the last one. Oh, okay. Was that 23? All right. Okay, so I'll pick, even though there were no actual winners, because there wasn't the competition one to turn it into Emote. But some of my favorites would be, I liked this one that apparently Rect did, very good. Liked quite a few of them in the middle. Everyone's good effort on the creativity. And I think this one, it's more for the interior work and all these extra, like, smaller shuttle type ships. I really like this one too. Everyone, good job. Good job. Don't forget that. Don't remember that, I was nearly going to say. Did I miss anyone? I hope not. All right. Ola Jetlund Jetgrove. Take your time. I will do. Let's go for some questions. And then we're going to go into burglars and thieves. That's going to be interesting. So. No, shouldn't. I'm thinking. Should we take 5? No, we shouldn't. Let's just go into burglars and thieves. So that would be week 10 here. Let's review those. Hope or not. Let's see. So I'm going to copy the filter up here and go back one folder. I'm still getting used to Windows 11 here. Maybe I should actually check the ones that... But would I be able to do it fast? Who made... I should get some extra recognition to... Maybe this one. If I could find it. Is there a faster way to do it? Which one is that? This one. So Captain Late, as usual, did that one. Nice. Just wanted to give a shout out for that one specifically. All right. Let's go for the next one. And 2022, week 10. Burglars and thieves. Let's put the filter, and there we go. So this one should go faster. Burglars and thieves. Theme. Topic. Week 10. A safe with some coins in it. Not many coins, so the thief, either he's been here and he forgot a few coins, or he's gonna get disappointed when he opened this because there was hardly any in it, but maybe solid gold, so it's pretty good. Good work on the safe itself. Not much... I don't know. What else should I say? Just good work on the details on the actual door here. I think that's... what can I say? See, oh, okay, classic burglar. So we got a cartoony style of guy here with a massive tie. Speaking of a TIE fighter, there's a different type. If he got cornered, he'd fight. TIE fighter, I guess. Massive tie. Either he's super small or it's a massive tie. Classic with the stripes, of course. I like the wonky face, a bit interesting. And there's a little... cool. I wonder if you've rigged it. And, ooh, this is spooky. We've got the burglars actually staring into the gold bars here with the reflection. So I wonder if this is a model or is it an image that's reflecting. But yeah, this would be worth a fair bit. Cool. Low poly guy. I like low poly, of course. Reminds me of the Cops and Robbers game that I made. I guess it's a go-to to have the black and white stripes like this and a bag on the shoulder and a flashlight. Good job. I'm going to run through them a bit faster. So here we got cigarette smoking burglar of an animal, and I don't even dare. Let's see, burglaro. I don't know what animal it is. Tell me what animal is it? Burglar thief. Oh my God, he doesn't know. What is it? What am I supposed to know? Custom Chris raccoon. Okay. But custom. What was it that I was meant to? Did I miss something obvious here? Was it on this one? Raccoon, yeah. I don't even hardly know where I ran over them a few times, I think. Cat food thief. Yeah, I'm probably missing. If it's anything to do with like that stuff that you're supposed to know, I'm so like knee deep into staring into code and modeling some quirky stuff that I don't even know half the stuff that's going on these days with what you're supposed to know and not. We've got a lemonade stand here. So like I said, my kids had lemonade stand today. $10 for one cup. Feels quite expensive. Not a lot of customers either. But and let's see, thieves and burglars, have they stole all the lemonade? I'm trying to get the connection here. And here's some high-tech abstract art type of thing. A lot of hands. I'm not quite sure what to make out of this one yet. Interesting concept, I guess. Diamonds and coins and a vault. That's what I'm getting out of it. And nearly like an Illuminati thing. Oh yeah, the price is thievery on this one. That's a steal. All right, I'm going to go through them quicker, and let's focus on the ones that's going to be picked into an emote. Good efforts. We've got week 11, and I have to check my cheat notes here. Week 11 was a car. All right, let's have a look at the cars. Let's go for it. Oh, fire engine, low poly. Good effort on the detail, I guess, for low poly. Hose, I wonder how you did that one. Did you do... Sometimes you come across shapes that feels like they should be quite easy to make. And then you turn out that when I was doing the Fall Guy character, I just wanted a cylinder with a subdivided round shape. And it felt so simple. But until you figure out how to do it, it was a bit... Like, some of the simpler shapes are a bit more difficult than you think. But when you find it, it's that's why it's good to practice some of those things. Good job on the fire engine. Oh, okay, we got Batmobile 66 here, low poly style on a pedestal, displaying it. Cool. Let's see. It would have probably looked cool with the cavity shading as well. This is probably the Eve rendering. Nice. Oh, all the classic Brio style wood, homemade, I'm guessing, wood car. So cool. Oh, monster truck. That's actually crushing a low poly car. A semi-high poly, or at least subdivided monster truck. Nice job with the tires. They look really cool as well. And the teeth here, very good twist as well. Like this one. And an low poly police car, very similar to the ones we did in the 10-minute modeling challenge. So cool. I even recognized the way you do the rims here, of course. It's like inset. Nice. All right, cool. Was that the last one? Windows is having some quirks when you're trying to step left and right with this one. Don't think that's the last one. Here we go. We've got one of those motion images where you actually have the like multiple frames, like quadruple exposure, low poly action. So it's coming here, it's flipping, and it's landing. Cool idea. Okay, lots of details went in this one. Very interesting shape, very aerodynamic. And then some sci-fi style wheels here. Probably not very... well, they do flex, actually. I guess it's like a mesh. It'd be very low resistance, or would it? Don't know if it's a good or a bad thing if it spins with holes like that. But good job on the actual car. Interesting shape. I don't know if it's modeled after something or if it's just through imagination. If it's through imagination, it's very cool. This nearly looks like a... I was going to say like a cyber truck, but it's like a cyber low poly car. Using the same method here of insetting and indenting. Cool. Same stuff on the wheels here. Good. Cool. Good to see you guys practicing some low poly stuff. If I were to pick a favorite, I think I like this one a lot for some reason. They're all cool, but something with the wheels draw my attention to this one. Monster truck. Been a long time since I saw them in real life. All right, let's go for it. Let's continue. Dragons was week number 12 here. Let's check those out. Week 12. Dragons. Ooh, okay. A gold dragon here. I'm guessing this is an ornament of some... Oh, hold on. I'm going to actually check some questions first here. The cartoony burglar was the McDonald's Hamburglar. Okay. I still don't know. I haven't seen that. But thanks for pointing it out. Let's see. The hose was a spiral. Oh, is it just a basic spiral function inside of what you call it in Blender? Let's see. Jules Wombat. Hi. When are you going to review a quantum compute SDK? I don't know. Didn't know there was, but let's see. Cafe-Novich. You have to be zoomed in 100% if you can scroll back and forth. Yeah, I know. I knew there's something to do with this. Oh, so it has to go away. Okay, there. I didn't actually spot. It's a bit off screen here. I should do this. So I didn't actually see the... There we go. Why did... I wonder, you should be able to... Always be able to... Never mind. So, ornament dragon here. It looks like it's being crafted. So... Cool work on that one. We've got an emblem with a dragon. I like the shape of this one a lot. Red and black always goes well together. Looks like this is probably like something famous too, like a car emblem that I didn't even know about or something. But I like it. Very cool shape. Okay, and here I'm going to translate it into something. It's a dragon egg, I guess. I like the look of this metal reflection stuff, and all the reflections actually. I don't know exactly what I'm looking at, but I like it. Ooh, low poly dragon. I like this one. It seems happy. Is that meant to be happy? Got some emission eyes here and some frosty spikes on the back here. Cool. Low poly dragons we like. This one's very cool. Wow. Okay, it's got muscles as well here. I guess it's a blend of some sculpting going on here as well. With wings and a fin. See, I don't even know the first thing about dragons, but it seems like it's grabbed the helmet of someone who's less happy. Or it could have been the whole body, I guess. But cool. Nice job with the muscle. I'm actually looking a little bit at anatomy books to learn a little bit more about the human shapes when I step up. I don't go higher poly at the moment, but I go, well, semi-higher poly. Oh, here's a different view of it as well. Good job. Low poly dragon, here we go. Good effort. We've got the wings here. A lot of it, it's nearly like a spaceship wing extrusion going here, but I see what you're going for. Cool. Good effort. Oh, here's a cloud that's being shaped into the dragon. So I like that with the emission here as well. I actually saw some modified cloud images today of horses. So this reminds me of that one. Cool. I like the feeling of it a lot. Here we go. Nice. Oh, this one reminds me of the 10-minute modeling challenge that I did with the dragon. So I recognize the shape of the wings and the way you've done them. Subdivision. I'll forgive you. It would have been maybe cool to see it in a different color slightly, so I could get a little bit more of the definition, but good effort. Oh, this one's cute. I like it. A baby dragon. Looks like a Pokemon dragon, but a different version of it. I like it. I think it's cute. Good job. Oh, here we go. Interesting. Let's see. I have to analyze a little bit here. We've got some flames, some nostril smoke going here. I think good effort on the actual shapes of the wing, where the wings come out and the legs come back, and the way they hang back like this when they're flying. Faces are difficult to make, and we don't know what dragon faces look like actually, so they could look like this as well. But good job. Let's see, I think that was the Last Dragon. That sounds like a film title. The Last Dragon. All in all, everyone who's participated... Oh, I can tag these. Or like I mark them. Good jobs. Everyone who's just... I keep saying this, but I cannot stress it enough. Just the fact that you're participating in the weekly challenge and creating these things, that's a great job. Awesome. So keep it up, guys and girl. Let's go for the next week. We've got crates and barrels. That's the one where I actually modeled a little bit myself. But I didn't submit it. Bad. Let's go for it. We've got some crates and barrels here. Oh, I have to resize this. Let's see if I've got any questions here. Okay, so there's Archimedean spiral under curves. I didn't even know there was. Of course there's. You forgot the blender's name. Blender's name. Let's see. Sir, Imphenzia, where can I find your beginner blender videos? I'm a serious beginner and want to learn only from your teachings. Ooh. Well, some people have learned a lot from just watching the 10-minute modeling challenge videos. And then other ones, there's one in particular, the Learn Low Poly Modeling in Blender. So that was for version 2.8. But it still applies, most of it today, so maybe that's the most detailed one to go through. It's about 2 hours long though, so be aware. And Gabriel as well, bro, I'm a total beginner. Just want to say a big thank you for your vids. Literally saved my life. Wow, come to Brazil. I'd love to go to Brazil one day. So I'm glad I saved your life. I don't know how I did that with Blender, but that's incredible if I did that. But I'm glad you could teach, you could learn from it. Gotta go. Ecto, take care. Let's see. let's continue. So good job with barrels. I did a barrel myself and a crate, so that's great. I like the isometric view there. Oh, these are some like test tubey type of futuristic growing plants. I actually recognize this background from one of the previous submissions that someone made, so I'm betting it's the same person here who reused the background, but that's okay. It's quite cool. I've been playing a while back this Astroneer game, and it reminds me a little bit of those like cylinders and the plants there. Okay, cool. It looks so it's a crate, of course, and these are like the sponge things. I'm trying to sponge balls and a rocket. My mind is trying to piece together what you do with it. But the crate is what I'm evaluating, and good woodwork on that one. So, did you sculpt these? Curious to know. Okay, here we go. Oh, so Nerf. Is this some similar? Got Nerf darts here, Nerf ammo. And either this are huge Nerf things, because if this is like a wood crate with nails, I'm guessing these Nerf things are like pieces that are like genuinely massive. But they look like Nerf darts, so good job. The wood looks slightly too like it would be plastic somehow, and I think it's the material that's got the specularity and the reflection. Maybe play around with changing that slightly just to get it more grainy or something. Barrels. These feel like metal. Very shiny though. I like the dents in it. That's a nice twist. And it looks like proper barrels. Ooh, I like the rust effect on this one. And the crates, of course. I should do some more texture mapping. So biohazard. I like the retro. This would look really good in many different type of games, I think. And if it's going to be in games, this would be all right. This is always one thing to look for, like watch out for with the texture mapping. But it's a time saver, of course, when you just do planar mapping, but you'd be aware that you get these stretched things that look a bit, but from a distance, of course, who would know? Oh, we got some futuristic radioactive container here. This looks slightly worrying to me, but I like the sci-fi look of it and the emission. Good. Here, let's analyze this. We've got a sci-fi crate. It nearly looks like a coffin, like of a space mummy or something. But that's probably not what it is. It's some sort of a sci-fi box instead. And this is it's like a Minecraft barrel. It's not more than anything. A little cute wood box here. That'll go as an asset in a game too. Oh, okay. Handled with care. It looks like you should. M20A1. This side up, handled with care. These are. It reminds me, I actually bought a firework box a few months ago for New Year's. Looks very similar to this one. But I'm sure this is ammo related stuff. Like the barrel too. Okay. Cool twist. It's like a fantasy styled chest with awesome looking teeth. That's a good idea. And a tongue. Or I hope it's a tongue at least. It could be something else. But I think, and this looks like handles. We've got the, oh yeah, this is what someone maybe watched that stream, because someone, when I did the stream of modeling a chest, said that it would be cool to have it break and some coins falling out, and I thought that was an excellent idea, and I thought that was cool to add that here too. It's a very good idea. Oh, okay, this one's spooky. This is nearly too gory for me. Classified, and it looks like some massive alien squid just yeah, that's actually incredible the way that texture look. Very PBR-y, physically based rendering with the shininess, I'm guessing it's translucent stuff going on here as well to get that fleshy feel. And the wood looks good, and the blood. Good job. I like it, but I don't, because I don't like scary stuff for some reason. But good. And this one's cool. Very. If I were. Okay, now I actually saw that it was Grindel Khan that made it, because I was going to guess Arvid, because he did the outline. But I like this one. It's very cool. Bubbly. I like the outlines of it. And I love the way the green shines up through here. Feels very radioactive. Good job, Grindle. Oh, floating barrels. And some debris here. I guess we had a shipwreck. So, cool. With the image background as well. I'm impressed that they're all floating up like this. There'd be something heavy in the bottom, like a ballast type of thing. Good. Oh, okay. So, since I'm thirsty, I'll have a sip of my coffee. And to go with that, I would have liked to turn that tap here. Good job on the low poly barrel there with that little tap going. Oh, dynamite. You can never go wrong with dynamite. I like how it just one pops up like this. And I have a feeling this is full of gunpowder as well, and that would blast. So I like the cavity. Cool job. Looks also like similar to what we did on the stream to get the wonky planks a little bit there. Good job. And here is also very similar. Like the idea and very similar. Let's see. We've got... I like the... But this one's better than the one I made in terms of getting the cool shine. I like the darker gray and the shiny edges here. Also like the sword. That's a massive arrow. I think that'd be... It must be like a bolt from a crossbow instead, because no one would shoot arrows like that from something else. Cool lock as well. Nice effort on this one. Good job. Like it. These are interesting. It's like a mixed design between sci-fi and wood, which makes them very unique. I don't really know... Like, yeah, it's just unique. I can see like a futuristic Asian type of dojo style thing, whatever that is, having something like this, but it had to be like 200 years in the future or something. Maybe it's this that looks like that rice paper thing as well. Oh, okay. This one I like a lot. The crate's very cool job on the, I mean, just the shading and the modeling on this one. I absolutely love it's these little things as well, where you get the nice bevels on these edges here. That makes a big difference. And the gray and the way that this reflects is, and even like the glare thing here. Very cool job. And I also like this version with the darker material. And cool twist to have the mixed between the render and the line wireframe as well. Good job. Like it. Very sci-fi. And that was the last crate. So let's see. There are no winners for this one either. Or was it actually? Let's see. We had... we're going to pick... Is that the one we're actually going to have an emote for? We got... Yeah, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to pick a winner here for an emote. So I have to pick the one that's most suitable to turn it into an emote as well. Oh, so spooky. Nice. Very good. This one probably would do good as an emote. And this one... very... Okay, so... The emote is going to go to this one, because this hits so much home to my heart. So I have to be a little bit selfish and pick someone who's actually used the cavity look. I think this would look really good as an emote. The chest, maybe we can get it with the transparency. So that's the emote, emoji, whatever it's called. Not emote, emoji, winner. And this one goes for create, like just the rendering and the modeling and the materials. That one's the best, in my mind. Let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more weeks here. I'm gonna check. So we've got Wild West, Easter, city buildings, and your favorite snack. And the way I'm thinking, I'm not gonna pick any more winners today, but we'll review these, and then I'm gonna do a bit of modeling. We've already spent an hour on the stream reviewing stuff, so we're gonna go through these, and I'm not actually gonna go through the snacks. I'm going to go through Wild West, Easter, and city buildings, and then I'll do some modeling for a snack as well. All right, let's have a look. I'd give that tentacle a warm hug. Are you out of your mind, Mia? Let's see. No, I'm not even going to look at it again. You'd give it a warm hug. Crazy. I don't even know if it's dead. All right, thanks, Arvid. Do you think I made a good decision? Yeah, I think it'll look great as an emoji. So we've got Link1111. Sir Imphenzia. Well, honored to have, but It's not necessary to say sir, but it's very polite. Once I get my head around how to model in Blender, I would like to do a music video using cartoon-style characters playing the instruments. I will create a stage and instruments. Cool. If you were me, how would you go about this? I play instruments like you and want to combine my music with arts. Very cool. If you want them to play instruments and make it a video, I'd probably break it up into smaller scenes and segments rather than trying to make everything as one big long animation in Blender. So I would create a character, low poly of course, and then I'd model the instruments like a keyboard or a guitar or drums and stuff, and then I'd create actions in Blender and do the individual animations where you have like a character with the drumsticks and then sitting by the drum set and then just having like a beat or something, count the frames as well, and decide what frame rate you're going to make the music in, the music video, because then you want to try to match that. Usually when I create music, I stick to a BPM that's quite easy to match with stuff. So if I go 120 BPM, for example, it's quite easy when you've got 30 frames per second to match up so you get the beats correctly. If you're going to do 24 frames per second video, then it'd be good to find a BPM that matches a video sequence quite good, because it's a lot easier than to create your animations and then just count the amount of frames that you have, like a beat or something, or if you're standing with a guitar or something, you create those. And then I just render different segments into separate video files and then compose that. Hope that helps. Sounds like a fun project. Good luck with it. Okay, let's have a look. Remember, level. Love your tutorials, Imphenzia. I should make more of them, because it's not many tutorials lately. I still have to give myself the excuse of line work coming out now, because it's been such a crazy period now. And we knew that it was going to be hectic, and the more we've gone closer to the release, the less it's been game development, and it's like... because in the beginning we spent 100% either modeling something or game developing something, and then it spread out to promoting, spreading the word, getting some podcast interviews going. We've created like a lot of the maintenance stuff from the back end and troubleshooting, logging, what you'd say, boring stuff, a lot of that stuff. So, and then we're trying to get the like community things going, skill-based matchmaking. So very little actual game development now. So I'm looking forward to the release, because then we're going to go back into adding some new game features. That's going to be exciting. All right, so level. I consider your 10-minute challenge as tutorials. Yeah, a lot of people did that. It's cool. I like it. That it's been able to help so much. All right. I know it'll stay just as busy after the line release. Things never calm down, do they? But that's a good thing. If you're enjoying yourself, of course, it's a good thing. Okay, let's continue. Again, at Imphenzia if you want to ask me anything. Not that many questions today. So, Wild West. Let's grab the extensions here again. Okay, that's the wrong one. That was Easter. Wild West. Let's skim through these. Ooh, a bank. I was going to say a saloon, but it would be way too small for a saloon, but it looks like a very small bank too. Let's see. I sense... Let's see, the font there. The reason why I was pausing is because I had an issue when I did some rendering myself, when I was going to do transparent backgrounds, and the issue that I had was that when it did like a bloom or a glare effect, it did not leak out into the empty space. And I got that feeling that the contrast of this, it feels like it should have been shining out a little bit more from the edges. That's why I was pausing, because I needed to figure out if that was what was going on here. But cool little bank. It makes me think of a game that I played in GDC back in 2014 called Flick 'em Down, where you had it was like a tabletop game, and you put these type of things like buildings, and they had these little cowboys, and then you had like a puck and then you flicked it with your finger like this, and that shot the puck, and it was simulating someone like shooting from their hip. Very cool with the wheel. And the cactus, I always like picture them as the traditional pitchfork style. So this is and it looks a little bit stretched. Sometimes when you want to model something, instead of just modeling like that and stretching it, it could be good to maybe like extruding it and subdividing it so it doesn't look as stretched. But cool shape. Oh, a dynamite in. So I'm guessing this is a copper thing with some erosion on it. And I like the fact that you even see the saw marks. You can see that how these planks here were sawed. Cool. And the feel of this material is pretty cool. The dynamite looks like metal, so maybe that could have changed a little bit. But I like this one a lot. Ooh, okay. Nice glasswork here. Makes it look like proper what you call it, glass. Nitroglycerin. It feels like you should not shake this thing. That would be warning. This may blow up your Discord and make all your users sterile. Keep away from Arvid. Okay. A Wild West bottle. Nice twist on that one. So that wins in terms of just the label itself. Oh, I should do this actually. That's probably the best label I've ever seen on anything. Sundowners Whiskey. Never too late. Okay, it's 2 O's on these two. Never too late here with 2 O's, if I have to be picky. Never too late to be a sundowner. That's good. Bourbon Whiskey. I like the indentation here. Looks cool. I like this one a lot. And this shine here. And the glass. Makes me want to have a bit of a nightcap, I was going to say, but I'm not going to go to sleep. Okay. Wow. I like this one a lot. Wild West scenery. So someone has done an excellent job here with the way the lighting goes. And I was going to try to explain what... I don't know, it feels like Lucky Luke to me. And in a good way. So I'll just say a few things on top of my head what I like about it. I like the shape of the mountains. Very terraced, the way you would expect them to look. I really like the fact that these are solid colors like this. That fade away in different shapes. And I like I was going to say solid colors, but it's gradient down here. It makes it feel like it's sun-baked dust coming off here. And the shapes of these cactuses. So this could have just as well been hand-painted. The fact that it's done in Blender in that case is very cool. Well, I love it. And the colors and the sun, everything I like. Let's check out some... Where is Lucky Luke exactly? I mean, it feels like it was just him riding off in the sunset there. Okay, so people, you have to download and open the blend file on this one. It's worth it. Okay, I've actually downloaded it. So let's, should we look at that in the stream then? Let's see, Wild West scenery. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna look through the rest first, and then we're gonna look at this one. So, okay, a classic wagon with some. I was gonna say, yeah, these are cactuses. Slightly different. So, but it's a Wild West wagon. I want to ride shotgun here. So, with the cavity look, I like the fact that it's like broken and worn like this. Good job. And it's an in-edited render here. Oh, a noose. I always have to have a good noose next to the sheriff here, so that the poor guy who's sitting here in jail can look at the noose. Sad but true. I guess that's the way it was for stealing like a horse or something, or stepping on someone's toes. And that's what you ended up with. Cool little sheriff scene there. Oh, I like this one. We got Saloon Wood. Okay, I learned that I've got to read these things down. Wanted, Joe Cheesy Jones for cheddar robbery. Reward 1 kilogram of food. That's a different cheese. Gouda. Like it. And it spilt this cheese. Let's spill the beans. I was going to spill the cheese. Yeah, cool idea. I like it. Oh, here we go. So he's going to blow something up. The dynamite here. Let's have a look. We've got some low poly characters here. And we've got some like it looks like Yankees here with rifles or something. And that looks like a Confederate. And we've got, they're actually aiming up for the, I'm just going to try to analyze it a little bit here. So, and they're planting more explosives. I like the fact that he's like standing there ready to pump this thing down while he's applying the wood. And I have a feeling he could have just kicked this thing instead of blowing it up, because these look like chopsticks. Not in a bad way, it's just in a fragile way. But it sounds like I'm nitpicking now, but it's a cool scene. I like the idea of putting characters in it and they're up to like a mission. I like also that they're stealthy, but they brought the lantern just to make sure. But at least he's hid it behind the rock there. But I like this one, so don't get me wrong. Cool idea. Suspenseful. Oh, okay. Wild West. I'm translating this now. Lighting read submission. I have to figure out now what's... Okay, in my silence here, I see that it's a plant with some sort of a character. I don't know if it's model or something that exists, but I like the idea of it. But I'm not sure what I'm looking at, but I like it. All right, here we got... I would not like to get pricked by this cactus. I like the vulture here. And... it feels like he should get a longer tent or crawl in a little bit longer. And he's weighted down with a head here. I like this scene. It's nice. Finish the bottles. That was that whiskey bottles here. Oh, okay. That's plenty of revolvers. Goes with the Wild West theme, I guess. And the reason why I zoomed in is because it's... two ways to do these type of things. When you create something like this, if you're just going to have it like a scene with a lot of stuff that goes on, you could do it by just like randomizing like a particle system or something. But to get the weapons to not penetrate each other, you see the barrels there penetrate and the barrels penetrate here. What you could do is you do them as rigid bodies or equivalent in Blender, physics objects, and then you simulate and drop them so they don't penetrate so much. But still, again, it sounds like I'm nitpicking, because what I should really be saying is that the actual metal of these guns and the modeling itself is spectacular. Very, very good job. So maybe I was focusing on the wrong thing. Very cool. I would have liked to see just a single render of this one, actually. And probably with the noise reduction bumped up and the stuff. Cool. This one looks like a PBRE render as well. I like the skull here and the cactus. Cool twist with the furry spikes on the cactus. I like that one. Good job. Good job, good job. Oh, similar to the other one. I like the solid colors of it and the cactus's hat. Good job on the hat. Is it... and now I forgot. I was going to shine by knowing the classic hat manufacturer, and then I forgot. So... made myself look stupid instead, as usual. Cool with the big sun. That's a massive zoom on that lens to get the sun to cover that much. But I like the colors a lot. And the modeling. Good job. Cool. Overall, very good effort. I'm now going to look at the Wild West scenery, because I need to check out that file if I can load it. So, let's see. I have to see which one it was. We'll go through. There's probably a quicker way to do it. There we go. It's... Beto VF here. Can I just double click on it? All right, let's have a look at the chat meanwhile. TM Imphenzia is Swedish, if I'm not wrong. Correct, I am. For the final video, would you go into Premiere or After Effects for the final compositing? Link is asking. I've switched from Premiere and After Effects to DaVinci Resolve now. I actually like that workflow a lot better. Plus, it's performing a lot better if you have multi-tracks. So I've switched to that, and I would switch to that for sure. I probably wouldn't personally go for trying to do everything. I'd just do the renders in Blender, and then I'd switch to video editing software for the rest. Just find it easier that way. Let's see, we've got ISD0021. Yo, Imphenzia, thanks for your tutorials about low poly modeling. I learned how to make some of the basic models, and all thanks to you. You're welcome. I'm happy to hear it. And also a shout out to someone who came up to me in my son's and daughter's school today and said, hello, I subscribed to you. And thanks. I don't know what your name is, but thanks for subscribing. If you're watching now, have a good day. So let's see. Arvid, the Lucky Look-alike Western scene is made by Beto VF. Exactly. Imphenzia. It's so awesome because it's a perfect example of thinking outside the box. Yeah, let's have a look. Oh, okay. Wow. I say it instantly reminds me when you do in Unity, you. Okay, I should shrink it down a little bit like that. When you do 2D games or orthographic. Where you don't have the perspective, usually you just do stuff like this, like planes or panes. So it's I like the simplicity of this one. Let's switch it on so we can see. Is it texture? Nope. Material. Z rendered. Wow. Okay. All right. That's it's funny how simple it is when you think about it. It's really, really good. And I'm guessing with the render, it was switched off. Let's switch off to let's see, there should be a camera here somewhere in the scene, shouldn't it? Okay, there was hidden camera. Let's check out the properties of the camera. Orthographic, exactly. So to get, since you don't have perspective in orthographic cameras, then you usually fake parallax scrolling by splitting it up into different layers. And that way, if you're making a game or something, you can let's switch. I even forgot the hotkeys now. Control 0, no, Control Shift 0, Control 0, Shift 0. Okay, apparently not. Okay, maybe I should change to 3D viewport. Control 0. Okay, Control. Why does it show? Okay. Then Z rendered. Wow. Okay. So on the left here now, I've jumped into the camera view here, and it's an orthographic camera. And like Arvid said, an extremely big thumbs up now to Beto. Let's see. I should credit you by name again here. Beto VF. Betov. Very creative. So simple, but so effective and so cinematic. What I was going to try to say before, if you're making a side-scrolling platform game in a game engine like Unity or Unreal Engine or Godot, then if you have an orthographic camera, that means that the camera does not have any perspective, so it renders everything like flat. Then you create these different layers, and then you could pan these independently. Okay, I've got snapping on. Let's switch that off, magnetic. Because then now the camera is actually, we should. And here's the thing, since it doesn't have perspective, when you move the camera, it doesn't change. Now it'll start taking things away because you're like moving into the scene like this. But you can change the orthographic scale here instead. So if I go to the camera or orthographic scale, we can zoom in a little bit. I just wanted to show a little bit what I was saying about the parallax there. So now if you're making a game, you could have the foreground like this, pan faster. But then you'd have to make sure that this one is a lot longer. So if we do like this, Shift D to duplicate the X-axis, Shift D, X, let's just make a couple of copies of it. Shift select a few of these. So now for a nice Amiga style parallax game, you just pan these faster and you get a really good effect. It's so funny how simple it is. So yeah, I'm mind blown. Thanks a lot for pointing that out, Arvid. So just for the beauty of how simple it was created and how good it looks for that reason, that's the winner. Even if there was no winner. Good job. All right, let's check it out. Okay, so Avocado Fire, good job as well. You made a similar one as well, the one that we saw at the end there. So I like the thinking outside of the box. Cool. Which challenges were discussed already? So we're up to week something out of something. Let's have a look. We're up to 15 now we're going to do. And that is Easter. So we've done spaceships, burglars and thieves, cars, dragons, crates and barrels, Wild West just then, and now we're going to go into Easter. If someone's modeled Påskmust, which is that drink that I keep raving about, then thumbs up. Right, let's grab the filter and double check that it was 15 Easter. Copy paste. There we go. Let's look at some Easters. Easter egg hunt. They'd be easy to find because they're all together. So the rock here, I would there's a mix here between sharp lines and smooth shading. I would pick one or the other probably. Other than that, cool with Easter eggs. Okay, Easter egg basket with some grass in the bottom. Or something. Something green at least. Some cool patterns here on the eggs. Looks quite plasticky, which is probably meant to do. Plastic eggs, I say? Or is it not? Is it painted eggs? That's a chocolate egg anyway. Like that's my favorite egg, just for the fact that it's got those embossments on it. And wickery, is it wickery or something? That was well made. Here's another Easter basket with some eggs. But Easter feel. Wonder if this is a fur particle system. It looks more like fur than grass, maybe. But still, very good work on the basket itself. I'm impressed by this work. So, nice job on the weaving stuff on the basket here and the twisty rotting in Swedish. I don't know what it's called in other languages. Like that one a lot. Ooh, Easter bunny. And either it's going to get crushed by stones or there are clouds up here. Hopefully it's clouds. And I like a good effort on the rabbit here. And it's trying to carry away an egg here. Easter. Here we go. Okay, Easter. I was going to say... I was going to say I was going to look for the association to Easter, and then I realized what Easter actually came from. So it made perfect sense then. Got a palm tree there. And Jesus himself is standing here. Good with a robe here. Robe. What am I going on about? Oh, here we go. Let's analyze this one. Very interesting. I'm gonna look at it before I say anything to see what's going on here. It's some sort of an abstract art form. And it's very different. I'm still analyzing it to see what I'm looking at here. It's like a mix between, but it's too perfect for being, but it nearly looks like an artifact thing. But it looks too coordinated and distributed to be that. Very interesting the way it just moves like that, like painting. I have no idea what I'm looking at. Well, it's Easter. Good. Interesting concept. Okay, happy Egg Day. Oh. Kill a rabbit is gonna die. That's gotta get squashed. Unless it gets a surprise and it flips it over. I like the city camo style on this. And the rusty edges. I'm guessing this is actually done with Substance Painter. To get those worn edges. Or have you done it in Blender? All of it? Cool. A robot look there. Oh, we got an Easter. I'm going to get told off now again, but I would say Easter bunny looking out through an egg, but it's probably something else. But it looks like bunny ears at least. No, Easter mouse. I don't know. I like the mushrooms. They're good as well, with the little slit here. And flug swamp. Poisonous, don't eat. Oh, cute. Easter rabbit. That's all of them. So, quick little Easter thing there. Let's see. My favorite would be, like the metal on that one, go low poly, the wickery baskets. There's probably not even wickery. I have to pick a favorite. Let's see. I'm gonna go for... Okay, I can't even actually make up my mind now. This one. Robot. Robot wins. And the last weekend that we're going to do, or the last week we're going to do for this episode, we've got, what's the topic? City buildings. Ooh, that reminds me of course, of the monthly challenge one, where we did city blocks. Let's go for it. I'm gonna, again, we've been, it's an hour and a half, and we're gonna do some modeling too. So, nice atmospheric vibes, futuristic. I always found out that as soon as you add any sort of fog or something, the render times goes hideously slow. So I don't tend to do that so much myself. But a bit of a futuristic city scene there. This one I like the fact that you see the bricks a little bit and the low poly style of the houses. Maybe a little bit more contrast would have been nice. But good job on there. Oh, okay. This is very... I was just looking at... they look like they were going into the building, but they're not. It's just a shadow. Got some leaflets, but let's actually say on these things. I'm curious now. I want to see what it says on those. But cool old style. Oh, here we go. Okay. I nearly missed this. Let's go. Wanted Imphenzia. I have to see what it says now. Reward 1000 XP. I have to see what it says. Call your... It's too difficult to see. I wanted to see what it says. I'll have to look in the file afterwards. Okay, last. I'm guessing it's a skit to say that I haven't been seen in my own Discord. Core your Imphenzia. Last scene. Okay, I can't see. Thursday, it says anyway. I don't think it's just my vision. It's a bit difficult to read with the pixelation there. But I like it, of course. Wanted poster of me. With a knife, even. Cool. Oh, okay. Very big waves here. I'd be slightly concerned if I lived in here, because it looks like a tsunami is just going to hit them. But cool, a little city scene here. It looks like sci-fi shapes of them, I think. But in a more traditional setting. Nice city scene. Low poly planet with some cool looking buildings on it. Cool. We'll probably go through these quick. Oh, I like this one. I like the type of characters. It's like mannequins, but that's the style they're going for. So I know Blender 3D now. Good job. You do. Because you've modeled a little city or like a town section here. Some kids playing. Good. Oh, someone's waving up there as well. Nice. Like that one. Here's some interesting architectural building of some sort. Don't really know. Or some sort of a concept. It looks like a sports arena nearly. A little sci-fi scene with a flygande tefat, saucer, flying saucer or something. Oh, this one, okay, this one really caught my eyes because of the cartoony look. I love the glares and I like the window shades and the shape. Always cool to, when you model stuff, not to go with straight lines up and down, left and right. To get an artistic, stylized look. It's very good to do the tilted corner. Like don't make everything straight. I like this one. Is that would be an emoji, of course, if it's very suitable. But I don't think we're picking a winner on this one. But this one's my favorite in terms of that. That should be an emoji, shouldn't it? This one, just that one. Ooh, sandcastle. Not really sandcastles. It's like more like mud huts. They actually look pretty cool. Yeah, somewhere you'd seen. It reminds me. I was in Tunisia looking at where they recorded the Star Wars. Speaking of which, but these are probably different regions because those were more. Oh, here we go. Little city. And I like the fact that you put the lower buildings in the front and then taller towards the back, because it looks a lot better than trying to randomizing everything. So that's a good idea. It's cool interesting that you put, it's nearly like a world map, but then with a placeholder of a big city. And it actually reminds me a little bit when we play line work, because we have a world and then we have a city block like this, but this is actually more detailed than we have. Oh, okay, we've got some steampunk nearly here, pipes going. A lot of cogs and some fog. Yeah, pretty cool. It's the steam pipes coming in. Not steam pipes, but pipes. This one's, I like this one. It's isometric, the view, so the perspective is not... I'm always torn whether... Sometimes it looks absolutely great when it's isometric, but I can never make up my mind because sometimes it looks like the perspective is wrong, so I can never determine when it's the best suitable or not. But it's a pretty cool little scene here with a flying saucer up here and some hovering cars. Makes me think of Fifth Element or the episode 2 of Back to the Future. Helipad. Cool, I like this. Oh, this one's very good as well. This is a lot of details gone into this one. Very sci-fi, and it looks like... Trying to make out if these are a lot of flying... It's like a swarm of something. It's a whole swarm of drones nearly that is coming in. Or maybe it's shuttles of some sort. Very good. This one is very cool with the depth as well. Good job. All right, so... we didn't pick a winner, but this one's the stylized favorite look with the glares there and the bananas. Like it. Let's do some modeling then as well, I guess. It's been so long since I did any modeling. Let's check out the chat. Miguel DC, hi Imphenzia, or hey Imphenzia, hello. Let's see. Oh, Miguel, I can't believe I'm late. Well, luckily enough, it's gonna stay on YouTube. You can rewind it, and it's the community challenge stream. It is. But again, I won't delete it. It's still gonna be there. So we got Alex Archangel. Say, hi Imphenzia, thank you for making these videos. They are really helpful to most of us. Thank you. Glad. Thanks for making the content that you do for your community challenges. And thanks again to Arvid and Alex Rack2 for organizing it. Very nice. All right. Yeah, good job everyone so far. Keep it up. Keep up the modeling. One of the most common questions I do on how to get better at Blender, that's one of the most common questions I get. And the thing I keep telling people is model as much as you can over and over again. I've said this so many times, but start with simple object. The simpler, the better. Model them over and over again, and then progress a little bit, make them a little bit more advanced as you go along. But I think consistency and the fact that you just model a lot, that's the very key thing. So I think that's why the weekly challenge is a perfect thing, because a lot of people also struggle with what to model. Personally, I always recommend just pick anything. It doesn't really matter what it is, just go with anything. But for those of you who struggle a bit with motivation, or if you want to just join the whole community vibe of modeling the same type of thing, or if you want to get featured a little bit in a video like this, then of course do the weekly modeling challenge. It's a great way to stay a little bit and get maybe some feedback and ideas of what could have been made differently. So very good job everyone. So we got Pokey Adams here. Pokich Adams. I'm glad you liked my banana farm. Yeah, good job on the banana farm. Very good job. Progress, not perfection, exactly. And one of my favorite saying is that'll do. And when you model something, that'll do. And then you can always come back and do. And also, don't be afraid of redoing stuff. Sometimes I've had Blender crash on me and go, oh, I'm never going to be able to model anything like that again. And then usually the second time it turns out better, or the third time. If it keeps crashing that much, you should probably have it checked out though. I'll say, so we got Rahi Taki. Weekly challenges have been the main reason to Blender for me right now. Thanks everyone for making them happen. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm glad someone could pick up the torch when I dropped the monthly challenge. I have no proper excuse for it. I was going to say I ran out of time, but I didn't. Well, I did. But it's not an excuse. It's a reason. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm going on about. So let's see. The theme this week is your favorite snack. So we're going to pick a winner of this one at some point. So there's still time. Correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, Arvid, but I think there's still time left on the favorite snack one, right? When's the deadline submission for that one? Meals are also expected if you don't have a favorite snack. Okay. Accepted. Oh, accepted. I thought you said expected. But with a... That's true. So how much time is left on the favorite snack one then? When's the deadline? If you want to say that in the chat, I'll say it out in the stream. Meanwhile, I'm gonna have a sip of my coffee. Until Monday. Okay, so Sunday, 11:59 even. So you still got some days. There's no excuse now. If you're watching this stream right now, and how many people? We got 111 concurrent viewers, so I'm expecting 111 submissions. So it'd be a shame if Arvid sits there and has nothing to do. So everyone, let's model your favorite snack and submit it for this week's challenge. Go for it. Always Monday to Monday. We know this. Always Monday to Monday. Thanks for reminding me, refreshing me. Except once. Oh, okay. So there was an exception. So week 17, and we also had 2 weeks. That's a lot of challenges. I'm surprised time is still passing so fast. Poor Arvid. Yeah, let's. No, I don't have. No. Just join in, everybody. Listen, Arvid even says it himself. Read my lips now. Submit your favorite snack as a 3D model to this week's weekly challenge. Arvid will thank us. Yeah, beware of the size limit though, because we don't want to. Like he's got this in a Git repository, so we don't want to blast that out. So maybe some people want to go for low poly. Submit. Yeah, let's break some records. So if you don't know what we're talking about, if you're just joining the stream now, which would be super strange if you come in 1.5 hours or 1.5 hours. I see, I can't even see. I have to do that. That actually increases the quality of my vision. So if I deform my own eyeballs like this, I see everything much sharper. So now I can see the clock. It's 8:36. So 1.5 hours in the stream. If you're just joining now, go to the Imphenzia Discord server. Link is in the description. And as you can see, we're running monthly or weekly. I keep saying monthly. Weekly challenges there. We're on week 17, and it's time to model your favorite snack. Meals are also accepted. So I'm going to model something now, and also in the link in the description, if you want to grab this palette, it's oh, okay, nearly did it. Oops, I did it again. Nearly did like a 10-minute modeling session here, like I did with the boombox, where I was filming my face. So if you need this little palette here, you can go to the description and download that one. I usually have that one, and also usually. Back in the day, I always had questions, how do you get the shiny edges here? And you get them by just having drop down here. I switched it to texture, and we've got the cavity. That's what's shining up these edges. And then we've got both here on type, and we can boost this as well. So you can also render this. If you change the render to Workbench from Eevee or Cycles, you can get this look. Best boombox ever. I actually redid it. So I sort of redeemed myself. I had to remodel it. And I think it looked nearly identical. Britney vibe. Oops, I did it again, yeah. I would say PC Cafe. I would love to see you try out Substance Painter like you did for Godot and Unreal. I've actually used Substance Painter and Substance Designer. Especially some Substance Designer I used a lot for all my planet textures. Very cool program. And Substance Painter, I go in it every now and then, maybe once a year or so, and I do some work there. And I always feel like I just get into the workflow and I sort of remember everything when it comes to the layers and having the masks that you can generate and stuff. And then I spend enough time away from it so I forget it. So I have to relearn it all the time. So, Cafe Noich, get glasses before you get blind. Well, I don't know. It always feels like if I put glasses on, my eyes would adapt to look in a different way. So I'm gonna keep squinting for another year. All right. Let's model something. So favorite snack. What should I model then? Favorite snack. Let's think a little bit about this one. I could do some different snacks, I guess. Some different fast foods, but it should be like emoji friendly. What would we want to see as an emoji? Snack. To think about that one. So Brea Flabben said that I have to put a clothes peg in the back of my neck to get better vision. Yeah, to stretch those eyes. I wonder if it's super laggy in my chat actually. Feels a bit slower than usual. Do a Billy's, a pan pizza. I grew up, me and Jim Engström, how many Billies do you think we've had? When I used to visit your flat and we used to play Xbox and just chat about random stuff, or even back in the day on the PC when we played the first Settlers. I used to ride my bike to Jim's house in the evening sometime. This was just after I finished school and before my military service, and I rode there on my bike. And then we played Settlers on... again, it was some sort of a multiplayer. I can't remember. It was split screen, I think it was back then. And then till 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, birds came out, tweeted, and then I rode my back home. Golden days. That was back in the 90s. Oh, Obel already modeled the best snacks. That's good. Miguel DC, will we ever get a mini-game challenge? Make a themed mini-game with things we learned from you and your videos. How about that? That's a good idea. That would nearly be like I've had a lot of questions to do a game jam, and one thing that I think is not going to happen anytime soon is a reoccurring game jam, because it's like when you look at, there's so many game jams and some of them are doing it really well, but at some point it would be cool to maybe have one game jam. So if the time was allocated, what I think I have to really be careful about is trying to come up with these reoccurring things. Some of you might have known that we've got like 5 episodes of low poly racing. I've got 1 episode out of 2 for like a endless platformer. I've got all these. Well, the monthly challenge ran sort of 1 month, so I'm have to really avoid trying to come up with something like a repetitive thing, that a reoccurring thing, but a one-off event when the time is right. That could be cool. So then it could have been maybe like done, and then a bit like the 24-hour stream. If it works out and if it's fun, then at some point it could be another one. But definitely it cannot be like every month we're going to do an Imphenzia game jam, or every half year or something, because I'm bound to not be able to live up to that promise. But I like the idea. All right, so we got Jen here. Do something like a Halloween game jam. Okay, yeah, well, yeah, it could be something themed like that, or just a low poly game jam maybe. Ostbåge is a nice snack. Yeah, those are nice. Very healthy. Billies and Gorbies, exactly. That's what I grew up on, those type of thing. You are really epic. You must be talking about... Oh, you are legally epic. Yeah, I was going to say really. Thanks. Is that good? Cool. All right, I still haven't decided what to do. Billy's pan pizza. All right, let's do a Billy's pan pizza now. I'm actually going to bring up, so I can get, I'm going to put on the other screen here, I'm going to Google one. Sorry, I'm not going to use that as a blueprint, but I just want to see roughly the colors. That's a good idea, Jim. So I'm going to have it, so if anyone has not seen a Billy's pan pizza for some reason, and it has to be the original. They came out with loads of extra flavors like Hawaii and stuff like that. You don't go for those. It's the original. That's the only one that you do. And they come in a little paper bag, and then you rip the corner off, you microwave it, and then you get a super itchy nose for whatever random reason that is. So I'm gonna mold that. Let's see. It's just oddly enough, I've already got this red thing going here. We don't need Automator on, so I'm gonna actually apply this one, or just delete it. Let's apply it. Control A. We'll get rid of the center. X and dissolve edges. I've got screencast keys installed, so let's put that on. All right, let's move that to the side. I'm actually starving too. Did I eat? I fed the kids, but I think I forgot to eat myself. Oh, so Al Einstein, never heard of them over here in the UK. Okay, check this out. Okay, some education going here. I might not know all the spaceships from Star Trek, or even half the stuff in McDonald's, that burglar thing. But you can, like these things here, the mac and cheese just goes straight out the, like veggie. I don't even know who came up with that idea. Pepperoni, no. Even though pepperoni is cool on pizza, not on Billy's. So all of these other things are imposters. They're no good. It has to be this one, the original. Like, keep that in mind. So if you're going to try these things, it's going to be the original. So that's what I'm going to model. I'm going to have, and then when you look at, I mean, you can just see that this is quality stuff. This is good stuff. All right, so we got Lilith. Hi, man, I'm following you for a month and a half, and I learned many things from you. Just wanted to thank you. Now you just learned about Billy's Pan Pizza as well. It's like 25 years old, but I'm glad. All right, so, or simply Control X, if I'm not wrong. Well, let's check if you're wrong. You might be right. Control X. Oh, well, that deleted the whole thing. Control X. I guess you could mark them and do Control X. That's good. I didn't know that, Arvid. Thanks. So, I'm going to model the Billies. And it's going to be low poly, so I'm just going to get the idea of it. So, very simple here. Very, very simple. A to select everything. Scale on the y-axis. I'm going to get the shape here. And I'm going to tear this thing open here. Need to get the colors right. Well, red it is. And then now I have to figure out how to do the logo. I actually have to do the logo properly. So even though I said before I was not going to do any images in, I'm actually going to drag an image in for a change. I rarely do this. So just to show you what I'm doing in the stream, I'm going to take this one, click on it. Okay, I'm just going to save it. Save image as, put it on the desktop, Billy's. And then I'm going to drag it in. I think this should work by just dragging it in like this into the viewport. So I'm in the top or in the bottom. I'm going to go to the top viewport here, top orthographic. Let's drag the Billy's in here. I think that will work. There we go. There we go. So I just dragged the image in. I'm not setting it up as a proper blueprint. All I wanted to do actually was I'm going to grab it like this. And then I'm going to take a corner here, just that vertex there. I'm going to do Shift D to duplicate that little vertex. Am I showing this thing? Yeah. Don't want to be going off, showing my face again. So I'm not going to do it exactly. I just want to have it roughly the same. So I'm going to put the vertex there, zoom it in, and then you can just control right click now, like this. And I'm going to go for the low poly look, but apparently not that low poly. So just clicking. There might be some cool tracing feature that I'm not aware of, but this is one way to do it. So just hold the control key and keep right clicking like this. I'm not even going to be that bothered. Hasn't. Okay. If you do it wrong, Control Z steps it back. Keep compressing it. What am I talking about? Sounds like I'm doing a JPEG here. Control right click, Control right click, Control right click, Control right click, Control right click. That's the new E to extrude, S to scale. Control right click, Control right click. So there's a billion ways to do different things as well, and some are more right than others. Whatever works for you, that's probably the best way. And sometimes there's just whatever you're used to is, and that's faster. Here, when you come to the end like this of a letter, I do E to extrude, and if I hold the control key, it's not snapping now. So I need to go up here, drop down, and change that to vertex. G again to move it. Hold the control key and move it to a vertex, and I'll snap it there. But be aware, there's two verts there still. It's probably very difficult to see. But there's still two verts here. So also what you need to do is A to select everything, M to merge, and do by distance. And down here, it'll say that it removed one vertex. And then now they're all connected. So that's how you can do. I'm just going to do the actual text here. So Shift D to duplicate that one. We'll do it a little bit faster. Control right click. And I have to do the cavity parts as well. Let's just go really fast now. It's not a beauty contest. So let's keep clicking away. Imphenzia, use cloth inflate. Works well for making them look like a bag package. Okay, cool. Cloth inflate. Never used that one. So I might just go for the low poly extrude and wonkify it a little bit with randomized vertices. Like I said, whatever you feel comfortable with, but it's always good to learn new stuff too, of course. So Control right click. is our friend at the moment here. And we have to do the S separate after. And here we go. E to extrude, hold the control key, and I already got vertex snapping. Let's do Shift D to duplicate that vertex now. I hope this comes through actually in the stream. Now you can see. E to extrude, right click, Shift D, duplicate the vert, control right click. I'm not probably gonna bother too much with the white outline and stuff. Just wanted to show a little bit and get the actual text here. Or should I? I don't know. We'll find out. If it looks too weird, I'll do it. A to select everything now. M to select to do merge, and now it's actually 3 vertices. Another thing, if you do want to add another one here, you could just go to edge select here and then press Control R, and now you've got another vert in there. So that's if you wanted to increase the fidelity, or you don't even have to go to edge select. You press, if I move that on there, let's say I wanted one here on the middle, Control R and just click there. That's a loop cut, and it works on edges like this. Here we need to do G, Control R, click, Control R, click. So, little tip, Control R, G. All right. So now we can. So I said I was going to just do it quickly, and then I did that instead. Here we've got an interesting one because it's going to be a hole in it. So they're a little bit trickier, I'd say, to do properly. I tend to do this, where I do Shift D to duplicate the vertex, and then I model it in here anyway. But as you'll see now, A to select everything, M to merge by distance. So if I hide this image now, there, we've got the little Billy's thing here. I should have probably have an apostrophe as well. And then here, what you could do is sometimes this will work, sometimes it won't. If I select A and press F, it sort of worked, but you see this one is causing us problems. Can I press delete and just delete the face? No. So this is causing an issue for us. So instead I'll tab into edit mode. I'll do L to select all the linked here, and we're gonna just do these for now. F just to fill them. F creates like a massive face, bigger than this. Here, and here we're running into issues, so we can cheat a little bit here. There's probably better ways to do it, but if I go into tab into edit mode, vertex select, one way to do it would be to select these two and press okay, J didn't work, E to extrude, and let's connect that one. E to extrude, connect that one. A to select all of them, M to merge by distance. Then I'd probably see if I can fill these manually now. Tab A. Yeah, that doesn't work still. But if I deselect these, B to box select with shift selected. Maybe. Okay, deselect these. I'll see if I can just do this instead. F, that worked. And then I'll do, here's another one you can do. F. F, 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 F. Okay, that doesn't work. So it gets a little bit quirky here. F is just to create a face, but yeah. Most of the time you need to have surrounding faces, but sometimes if it can only go one way, it's enough to select one face here because it knows that it's got to do that. And then I can do A to select everything, and then X and do limited dissolve there, and that takes those away. I don't think it can delete these. Let's see, limited dissolve or just dissolve edges. No, I'm not allowed to take some of these away because it breaks X. Let's see, dissolve edge. No. So those have to stay there, but that's okay. You don't see them when they render anyway. A to select all of them. And then we should do here. We should separate these into a separate object, maybe. Tab, L, 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 P, selection, A, and then G. And then it was blue, right? I had this empty here. So yeah. A, rotate, hold the control key to snap the rotation. Get the scale roughly right. I'm not gonna do a spitting image. Let's just grab it there, put that there. A, scale. Z. There you go. And then we have to do, I'm just gonna wing the pizza thing here. I'll do it in a similar way. Shift E to duplicate that vertex. And then here we'll just do E to extrude, or control right click is faster. And just to there. There, I'm just gonna go like this. I'm gonna put it under there so it doesn't really matter. E to extrude, control click, L to select length, M, merge by distance, F to fill it, A on the left side, and then just get the cheesy look here. Like a yellow cheese look there. And then we'll have to put it under, so sorting is important here. L to select the length, and then move it down to there. And then I'll probably just do, let's see. Oh yeah, here's what I wanted to do actually. I wanted to open it up a little bit so it looks like a pizza slice is coming out here as well. So I'm going to keep it low poly, so I don't know why I went so overboard with the actual logo there. E to extrude, Control R, loop cut that one, and then we have to look. It's going to be white or bright at the bottom here. So we'll get that doughy look there, and then we'll do some spreckle stuff here on top with some. We got the red base, scale that one maybe. I think I'll subdivide it a bit. Subdivide it. AL. You can do up here on mesh transform randomize, and that's too much, but you can actually access these little things down here. So if you want to just do a bit of a randomize, another way to do it is proportional up here and select random. You can do some random movement there. You have to be careful though, so you don't move it so they break like this. So you have to be quite subtle with it. G. Control R, you can always add more loop cuts, of course. L, P, selection, separate that into a separate one. And then we have to have the mixed cheese here as well. So maybe I'll just do shift select those. We could do right click and subdivide. Maybe even one more time, subdivide. And then Control T to triangulate them. And then here's another one. If you do F3 and then do random, select random, and then you can change down here to deselect, and then it randomly deselects. And then you can also change how many you should deselect. So if you wanted a decent cheese spread like this, you could just recolor those like that. A yellow cheese. That's too yellow. Maybe that's more cheesy. And then maybe we'll do, should we try O for proportional off? And then should we do, I'll do I to inset them and Alt S just to do, let's see, that'll be the opposite. It should go down. No, it should go up. The cheese should go up. So something like that. And then O for this. Okay, now I'm actually going to do proportional, but I'm not going to do random because that tends to break it a little bit. So I'll just do randomize this. G. All right, so that's the cheese part, and then another problem for, when you do this here, we see that it's actually Z fighting a little bit. So L to select the links up, and now I'll just do E to extrude, O proportional off, scale Z, scale down, E to extrude. Okay, I can't do that. E to extrude, S to scale. And Control R, let's loop cut it a few times. The problem here now, of course, is when this is our separate objects, it becomes a problem because if I start to distort this now, proportional, then it starts to penetrate through, and that's a limitation when you have separate objects like this. One way to sort of get around it would be to subdivide this one, and when it's not quadratic, it might be a bit difficult. You might not even be able to. You could Control T, and that's not necessarily that good either. You might have to introduce some more verts on it. I'm just trying out. It's not so often I do decals like this, but you can also project these on afterwards with a shrink wrap modifier. We can try that. It's been a long time since I did that. And I don't think grid fill works. Let's see, grid fill. Oh yeah, it sort of worked. So to get a little bit more detail on the interior there, that's one way to do it. Okay, this is interesting. I don't think the grid fill did actually work the way I wanted to. Let's L to select the linked. This one is connected there. Let's try one more time. Grid fill. Enter. Okay. Control R. Control R. Okay, something is very interesting here. J to... You can also connect them with J like this, but then you run into a problem when... Okay, let's try to subdivide it again. This is actually a trickier problem. You just want to fill the interior with more interior lines. Grid fill. Try again. Just want to see what it does. Interesting. It's breaking the geometry, so it's not possible to do it that way. Yeah, grid fill is problematic for me. The only time I really get grid fill to work is when it's very, like when the vertex line up perfectly, nearly like a grid. Well, it's called grid fill, I guess. It's not so often I need to get into the situation where I need to fill it in with interior geometry. And it wouldn't work to do a shrink. So what I'm trying to do now is, let's say we wanted to make this a little bit more wonky. So we do some random selection here like this on this, and then just do like, say we wanted to G, Z, move those down a little bit to make it like that. And then you'd want this label to follow along with it. So that's the downside. I mean, the quick fix, of course, is instead you don't do this method. This is probably the wrong method to do it, because it's better to just do the it's like unnecessarily. It's better to do just a texture in that case and paint that thing on. So this is probably a stupid way to do it. I should probably opt against it. But it would be, because if I do a shrink wrap now, let's do LP and then shrink wrap. The problem is that the interior won't really work. So on surface, target this one. See, when I shrink wraps it now, it does follow along, but it doesn't have the interior geometry to do it. If I were to connect these, I'm guessing it starts to follow a little bit better. But then you probably need to offset it slightly. The problem is that you can't really connect them. Okay, I think I've got duplicate geometry or something. Something's way off here. Oh no, okay. I tricked myself. It's the shrink wrap modifiers actually, because when I'm editing the mesh here, I am editing the mesh, but the shrink wrap modifier is sending it down. So it's a bit tricky to see what you're actually doing. So, but if the interior does have enough geometry, then you could do it that way. The problem is that you can't link these together because if... Oh, okay. I apparently told a lie now. I didn't think that would work. When you cross over, I thought that you needed verts over here, but if I press J now, it does actually link across. That's interesting. So, I wonder if that's new, or has it always done that? Control, because then that's magical if that works so well. Okay. Wow. I'm surprised actually. J. So just select even across this. So grid fill is no longer needed. I'd be very interested to see if this is actually the way it's always been. Control R. Okay. So Control R on that one. Link that. Okay. Fine. So now the shrink wrapper should follow that a little bit better. Okay, interesting. So now we should be able to wonkify this a lot more. L to select the linked. Let's right click, subdivide. I'll do loop select scale on the y-axis. And then G do a few random selections here. I know you can do select random as well. O proportional G. And it's struggling a little bit because now we've got more subdivisions going on this thing, but it wouldn't be that wonky anyway. So now this one's still lacking. So right click, subdivide. I'm interested that it cannot cope with oh, right, okay. So I need to move this one above. So shift space G. Move that up. Okay, so the height matters as well. It needs to be above the surface. If I disable this one, the entire object, you can't have it like this and then do have the modifier, because then it doesn't send it down. Make sure that when you shrink wrap modify it onto something, raise it up enough so it can actually shrink wrap all the way down to the surface there. And then you have this control then to 0.005 maybe. There we go. So that sort of still works. All right. So it wasn't a beauty contest. It was just some random modeling techniques here. We could do a little fake interior. So shift control selects across all the way down. I to inset. And off with proportional, E to extrude. I quite often just do this. I indent it a little bit, do Control plus, and then I just change that to black so it sort of fakes a shadow there. This was a nice tear, so I'd probably make it look like a little bit more torn as well. G, shift select a few of these, and then just move them in. Okay, proportional G, X. Like that or something. And then we should really shrink that this too, so let's do that too. And you can copy a modifier. Let's do let's see, we need the interior geometry for these two. And if I L to link select, could we get away with right clicking subdividing? No, that just creates those. Could we do Control T? That might be good enough. And what happens if we subdivide now? That's good. So Control T to subdivide it, and then subdivide it again. That might be enough geometry. Then to copy this one, I can, let's see if I do it in the right order now. I select this one, and then I shift select this one. Control L, and then link copy modifiers. That's a way to get across, instead of trying to copy it manually and stuff, you get that one modifier across. And then here we just need to make sure that this one is offsetting a little bit higher, so it goes on top of that one. So I don't have the white outlines and stuff like that, but just as a little modeling session in this one, the shrink wrap modifier apparently became a target for today's session. All right, so this has been very nice. Sadly, I have to go now. Check the rest later. Well, it's not going to be that much more to check, actually, because I think 2 hours of streaming concludes today's session. You should try to snap the verse to Billy's packaging. Yeah. Who cares about outlines? Exactly. There's nifty ways to do that, of course. I'd probably do it in a non-nifty way. All right. Let's see. Any more questions before we round things off? A lot of rounding going on here. Hope you've had a good day so far, and I don't know what you're up to. Are you guys making games? Are you doing 3D modeling? What, in that case, are you 3D modeling for? Are you doing it for game assets, or is it for artwork? I wonder. Do you have tutorials about 3D shooter? Like a first-person shooter? In that case, no. But stay tuned, because I'm gonna promote a course soon, which is if you're into Unreal Engine. I've arranged a huge discount for everyone who's watching this channel on 3 courses, actually. 1 Unity course, 1 Unreal Engine 5 course, and 1 Blender modeling course. So I'll be able to offer that. I just want to create a really good video so I can actually promote it. But that would be paid, but it's going to be a huge discount. So, and I actually followed that Unreal Engine first-person shooter myself. Really good. And strangely enough, I've never ever attempted to make a 3D shooter in any game engine, and partly because I very much get motion sick when I do most of the simpler 3D shooters. I get really motion sick from. Especially if you remember back in the day, you had the Castle of Wolfenstein. That was a disaster for me. I was like, when you glide through the corridors and there's not much going on, like no head bobbing or no rapid movement, it's like putting a... Oh, oops, nearly spat then. Well, I did. It's like putting a vomit pill in my body if I play any games like that. So I'm not so keen on creating those. But I can play a few of those games. I can play the likes of Unreal Tournament, Fortnite, anything that's quite rapid. But most of the like slow, fast, like glidey movement ones I cannot. So sorry, I don't really have any tutorials for you on that. Oh, learning to make tracks for Assetto Corsa. Nice. It's cool to create some 3D stuff there for those. I've been playing around a little bit with that as well. Maybe I'd be very interested to learn a little bit more about that, because integrating a road surface into terrain, whether you should have as separate objects or if you integrate into terrain, I'm guessing like nearly like a shrink-wrapped road on top of, and then you flatten out the terrain to go under it, I'm guessing. Because you want to have physics materials on the road surface, I'm guessing. Oh, I don't know if it's going to be any RPG series, Joshua. I think, if anything, I can do... I should really not try to make too grand of projects when I do tutorials. I should try to focus on something small. Someone asked me in the Discord the other day, how do you make smoke trails on the platformer? So when like a character runs, it gets a little smoke trail on it. And those, maybe I should do tutorials that are like, okay, the topic, this is a 15-minute tutorial on this particular thing. At least maybe I'll get stuff done then. Because I've come into a phase now where I come up with a tutorial idea and I start to shell out a lot of ideas. I write this big Google document on everything. And I did that for my longer tutorials as well, for the long Unity tutorial. But then I haven't been able to complete them, so I think I should step back a little bit and do simpler stuff. So Z, those courses that I'm referring to, they're not going to be on Udemy, but they're going to be on gamedev.tv. So you can check those out, and it's some really good courses there. Ratapai. Ratipati. So GPU, I have nowadays I have a 3090. I finally managed to get one after all those out of stock things. But it's unfortunately the fan is like a jet engine. So as soon as I do something game wise, it's like a turbine. So I have to put my headphones on. So Valdis Juris, can you stream one day some simple racing track making? Yeah, should do. Check. I did actually test some stuff where you have a terrain, and then, like I said, very simple, similar to this, where you do but you do a spline instead that you subdivide and you stretch it out and make a road out of it, and then you shrink wrap it onto the terrain. That flattens it also. Could be a cool topic. Oh, okay, Skeggs, you just finished your 2-hour Unity basic tutorial. Now I'm off to create a AAA masterpiece. Good luck. I'm glad you took you really listened to what I said in that one, saying that you should not try to go for a AAA, but let's go. Put the bar high. Okay, everyone, do you know what? Oh, Arvid, by the way, don't link that one yet, because I'm going to offer everyone a great discount on that. I just need to slap that video together, and it's going to be valid for a long time, so don't get it just yet. Wait for the Imphenzia discount. I should try to get it out just after I release. I need to focus on the Line War release next week. Those guys there over at gamedev.tv, super cool guys. Grant Abbott has created quite a few tutorials there, or courses. And I hope to join them. I'm actually speaking to Rick there, and I'm gonna make some courses for those specifically. So I've toned down a lot of my freelance work on the side, and now we're having Line War released, so I'm gonna try to focus more on keep my YouTube content going and then create those proper tutorials there. I think that could be a cool route forward. All right, that's it, folks. Do you know what? This has been a Thursday with Imphenzia again, and you guys are awesome, of course, for tuning in and joining me every Thursday. Super fun to have you guys with me. So you stay productive, stay creative, and I'm gonna see you next week for another modeling. I don't know if it's gonna be a modeling challenge, but it's gonna be a video anyway. And remember, Line War is coming out on Thursday next week. So if you haven't wishlisted Line War on Steam yet, search for Line War and please wishlist it if you don't mind. Even if you would just want to boost the stats a little bit, we need all the help we can get. It's flying a little bit under the radar. It's very difficult to market things these days. Maybe it's always been, especially for indie devs, it's the big Achilles heel. But we're gonna do what we can to get that game released and out. So, all right, that's it. Outro song. Thanks, Arvid. It's gonna be outro song. That's gonna be it. So, that's it. Bye, folks.